We have
repeat.
talked about the experiment related with photosynthesis. Yes. Okay. Uh, Now we will talk about little bit about stomata. I have already told you about stomata, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will try to understand little bit more about stomata. Okay. Okay. So for the heading of today would be stomata. Stomata. I have already told you what is stomata. है ना?
Yes,
Stomata.
sir.
What is stomata? Let me know. It is a pore through which
Oh, yeah.
gaseous exchange takes place. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just give me a second. Okay. We will. Okay. Stomata. Stomata are the tiny pores. Tiny pores. Pores is what basically pores means opening. Okay. So stomata are basically the tiny pores present in the epidermis. Epidermis. Have you heard about this term epidermis?
Yes.
What is epidermis?
Mm.
Okay, doesn't matter. I will let you know. Present in the stomata are the tiny pores present in the epidermis of the leaf or green stem or green stem. If you don't know epidermis, just you can say that stomata are the pores present in the leaf or green stems. Okay, it is a pore present in the leaf or green stem. What is the function of stomata? Through stomata, gaseous exchange takes place. Oxygen will move out of the plant and CO2 will enter inside the plant. है ना? So stomata are the pores present in the leaf or green stem through which gaseous exchange takes place. Through which gaseous exchange takes place. Takes place. Through which gaseous exchange takes place. Okay. And one more, there is also another function of stomata. Can any one of you tell me, Sara or Hamna, what is the other function of stomata? The first function is gaseous exchange of will take place. Yani CO2 will enter
Ah,
inside the. What is the second
opening,
function?
opening and closing.
No, opening and closing. It
That
is the
part.
process. No, transpiration. Transpiration. Have you heard about this term
Yeah.
transpiration? Okay. So the second function of stomata is transpiration. So stomata are the tiny pores present in the leaf or green stem through which gaseous exchange takes place and also transpiration occurs. Also transpiration occur. What is transpiration? Hamna, beta, do you
Excess.
know about? Okay, you know, Sarah. Hamna, do you know about transpiration? Okay. सारा आप आंसर
Um,
करें. हाँ.
when um, the plant is having excess of water, by transpiration, it is removed from the
Okay, very
plant.
good, very good, very good. Transpiration is basically loss of water, है ना? Okay, so transpiration is basically loss of excess water, loss of excess water in the form of water can be present in the form of ice, solid, or present in the form of liquid which we drink, or present in the form of water vapor, है ना? So loss of water in which form? Loss of excess water in the form of beta water vapor, in the form of water vapor. The loss of excess water in the form of water vapor, in the form of water vapor. Okay, vapor. Okay, so if someone will ask you, write down the function of stomata, so will you be able to answer that? What is
Yes,
the
sir.
function of stomata? Gaseous exchange. Okay, this is the first function. And what is the second function? This is the second function of stomata. Okay, okay, okay. Now we will talk about opening and closing of stomata. Opening Okay, let me explain transpiration little bit more. Okay, suppose this is a plant. Suppose this is a plant and this is a leaf. Okay, suppose this is a plant and this is a leaf. This is a root, soil, and there must be root. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
These are the roots. These are the roots. Okay, these are the roots. Through roots, what will enter inside plant? Water will
Water.
enter inside the plant. Water will enter inside the plant and it will go to leaf. Yes or no? If
Yes, sir.
there is excess water, if the water is excess of water, excess of water, then what will happen? Excess of water will leave from leaf. Okay, the excess of water is leave leaf. I'm saying leaf, and there is leaf, both are other. uh, the excess of water will leave from the leaf in the form of water vapor. This process is called what, beta? Transpiration. The water will enter into the root, it will move into the plant. If there is lots and lots of water present, excess of water in the plant will remove this water in the form of water vapor. This process is called transpiration, and this water will be removed from the pores present in leaf. These pores are called basically stomata. Okay, now we will talk about the opening and closing of stomata. Okay, first write down, copy this. Okay, copy this,
Sir,
then we
done.
will move. Done. Okay, Hamna, are you done with the slide? You can also respond with the messages. Okay, chat in chat section. Okay, now we will talk about opening and closing of stomata. Opening and closing of stomata. Opening of stomata. We first try to understand how stomata looks. Okay, suppose this is a leaf. Suppose this is a leaf. Okay, so here on the edge of leaf, where beta? On the edge of leaf, on the edge of leaf there are guard cells. What beta? Guard cells. Kahan pe, where are these guard cells? On the edge of the leaf. Okay, let me draw these for you. Okay, guard cells look like what beta? Bean. Look like kidney bean. Okay, rajma.
Yeah.
You must have eaten rajma. Okay, this guard cells look like these, and here there are chloroplast. I have told you chloroplast are found in two cells. First one is mesophyll cell and the second one is guard cell. So these are basically chloroplast, the green structure. Okay, and these kidney shaped bean like structure is called guard cell. What beta? Guard cell. Can you see the opening? Can you see this opening?
Yeah.
This opening is called beta, this opening is called stomata. Okay, this opening is called stomata. Okay, suppose this opening is closed. Okay, we have to open. How stomata will open? Okay, opening of stomata, we are talking about opening of stomata. Okay, so how will stomata open? Okay, so to open the stomata, plant will take water and enter this water. The water will enter into the guard cell. Water will enter into the guard cell. What will happen if water will enter into the cell? What will happen if you add water in the balloon? Balloon will swell, or yes or no? Balloon
Yeah.
will swell. Okay, in the same way, when water will enter into the what beta? Stomata. When water will enter into stomata, stomata will swell. Stomata will what beta? Swell. Okay, can you see the swell stomata?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me redraw it more beautifully. Now can you see this opening is grew, ये बढ़ गया opening. This is called open stomata. This is called open stomata. So opening of stomata depends on what, beta? Opening of stomata depends on the movement of water inside the guard cell, है ना? Okay, so I will write down this for you. When, please copy. When guard cell uptake water from surrounding cells. Uptake. Suppose there are uptake water from surrounding cell. When guard uptake means it will consume water. It will consume water. When guard cell uptake water from surrounding cell, there must be cells present nearby these guard cell. है ना? There must be some cell. Suppose these are the cells. Okay, these are the cells. है ना? Nearby cells. What is these nearby cells? This will release what, beta? This will release water inside the what, beta? Stomata. Okay, when guard cell take up water from surrounding cell, they swell. Guard cell, they means guard cell. I'm talking about guard cell. Guard cell swell means beta फूलना, फूल जाएगा. Guard cell क्या हो जाएगा? Swell. To become turgid. What is turgid? Turgid means beta,
to be able to flow.
Turgid basically means फूला हुआ structure. Swollen structure is called turgid structure. Okay, suppose you take a balloon. Okay, when you will add water inside the balloon, it will called as turgid structure. Okay, जब किसी में पानी डाल देते हैं ना, तो जो swelling आ जाती है उसको बोलते हैं turgid. Okay, so when guard cell uptake water from surrounding, they swell to become turgid. They swell to become turgid. Turgid means फूल जाना. Turgid means फूल जाना. They swell to become turgid. Which enlarge the pore in between. Which enlarge the pore. Which enlarge the pore in between. What is stomata? Open stomata. What is stomata? This pore, this opening is stomata. Okay.
Yeah.
When water will enter in the guard cell will swell. The guard cell will, suppose these two are the guard cell. Okay. When water will enter, can you see very narrow opening? Can you see the very narrow opening? When water will enter into guard cell will become swell. Okay, and it will move apart. Can you see there is a bigger opening? Yes or no?
Yeah.
When water will release from the guard cell, it will again shrink and the opening will be small or closed. When water will enter into guard cell, the opening will be large. This is called opening of stomata. Okay, so turgid which enlarge the pores in between. So if examiner will ask you, explain the opening of stomata, what will you write? The opening of stomata depend on the turgidity of the cell. When water move inside the guard cell swell and move apart. When water enter into the guard cell swell and move apart, and the opening become enlarged. This is called open stomata. Okay, please copy this slide, and I will tell you about the closing of stomata. Done. Okay, now we will talk about closing of stomata. Closing of stomata. Suppose this is a guard cell. Can you see the guard cell? And these are the surrounding cells. These are the surrounding cells. Neighboring cell. Okay, these are the, what are these basically? Neighboring cell. Okay, what will happen if plant want to close the stomata? What will it do? It will release water. It will release water from the guard cell, and water will move into which neighboring cell? Yes or no, beta? Neighboring
Yes,
cell.
sir.
This is open stomata. This is open stomata. Open stomata. Now what will happen? What will happen? Guard cell will shrink. Guard cell will shrink. Okay. These are the neighboring cells. Can you see the opening is now shrink? This is called closed stomata. This is called closed stomata. Okay. Closed stomata. How plant closed the stomata? By releasing water. Okay. So when water, so let me write down this for you. When water is released, when water is released, the guard cell will shrink. The guard cell will shrink, shrink, and it closes the opening, closes the opening of stomata. Please copy this. Then we will move to one very interesting topic, one new topic, that is human digestive system.
Sir, done.
Please write a note point. Opening and closing of stomata. Opening and closing of stomata. Closing of stomata depends on what, beta? Depends on what? Presence or absence of water inside the
Water.
guard cell,
Uh,
है ना? So
yeah.
depends on turgidity of turgidity. I will explain you the turgidity, meaning of turgidity. Turgidity of the guard cell. Turgidity of the guard cell. What is turgidity? Turgidity means presence of presence of water. Presence of water in the cell. Presence of water in the cell. So presence of water. If there is lot of water inside the guard cell will swell and it will become open. If there is less water in the guard cell, it will shrink and it will close the stomata. Now you know the opening and closing of stomata. If someone will ask you, you will be able to answer this question.
Sir, done.
Then, okay. Can you, if someone will ask you importance or significance, both are same, importance or significance of photosynthesis. Can you tell me the importance or significance of photosynthesis? What is the importance of photosynthesis?
Making of the food, the glucose.
All the food
Yeah.
are basically are made because of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the only source by which plant make their food, and all different living organisms are directly or indirectly dependent on plant. So okay, just copy the significance of photosynthesis. Okay,
Yeah.
significance of
And also, by photosynthesis, we get to have like respiration.
Because of
Oxygen.
photosynthesis we have oxygen. Okay.
Yeah.
If there was no photosynthesis, we can't even be alive. Okay. The presence of oxygen is due to photosynthesis. Okay. So I will write all these points for you. You just have to copy this with me. Okay. It is the main way, it is the main method by which solar energy is available to all living organisms. Solar energy is available to me in the form of what, beta? In the form of food. Who make food? Beta, plant make food by the process of photosynthesis. Yes, so it is the main way through which solar energy is made available, is made available 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 for different living beings, for different living beings. Okay. Help in maintenance of help in maintenance of CO2 and O2 level. Yes or no? Plant take carbon dioxide we produce. Yes or no? And releases oxygen we consume. Okay. So who
Yeah.
maintain the percentage of oxygen and carbon dioxide in our nature? Plant. Yes or no? So help in maintenance of what, beta? Maintenance of help in, okay,
Oxygen.
let me write down maintaining, help in maintaining the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen, help in maintaining the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in our beta what, in our
Environment.
environment, in our environment, in our environment. Okay. And photosynthesis is the only process by food is available to all, है ना? So photosynthesis is the process by which all living organism depend on food. Photosynthesis is the process in which by which all living organism depends on food, है ना? Directly or indirectly, directly or indirectly. Do you perform photosynthesis?
No.
But photosynthesis is important for you, yes or no?
Yeah.
Either you consume meat or vegetables, it is due to photosynthesis, yes or no? Okay, please copy this, then we will move to heterotrophic mode of nutrition.
Certain.
Done. Okay, now we will try to understand the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. Let us write down the topic: heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. In first class, I have already explained you uh, various kind of heterotrophic nutrition. I have already explained the heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, what is heterotrophic nutrition? What is heterotrophic nutrition, beta? The mode of nutrition in which organism obtain food from another organism, है ना?
Yeah.
When we eat another organism, then it is called heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, how many type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition are present?
3. I mean 2.
No, basically there are 3 type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. First one is saprophytic, in which organism obtained food from dead and decaying matter. Dead and decaying matter, I have already explained this. Okay, dead and decaying matter. Fungus, है ना? Fungus use this mode. Okay, the second one is parasitic mode of nutrition. What is parasitic mode of nutrition? In which
Uh,
organism either live inside your body to get food or live outside on the surface of your body. For example, in our hair, there are lice present on our surface of the head. What do lice do? It suck the blood from our body. So this, what is lice? जो बोलते हैं ना जुए हो गई है. What is lice? Basically, it is a parasite. There are some bacteria which are present inside our body, E. coli. So what is called endoparasite? So organism live inside organism live inside or on the surface of what beta? Surface of the
living
body.
organism.
On the surface of the living organism. Okay. If organism live inside the body, then it will called as endoparasite. Then it will called as endoparasite. Endoparasite. If it will live on the surface of body, then it will called as ectoparasite. Okay. What is the example of ectoparasite? Okay. Lice, ticks. जुए जानते हैं ना बेटा? Lice, lease, what we call lice or lease?
Lice.
Okay, lice. So lice are present on the surface of our head, and ticks are present on the surface of dogs. Okay, and have you heard about cascata plant?
Yeah.
The yellow plant present on the green plant. So
Yeah.
this, it is also example of ectoparasite. Okay, what are the example of endoparasite? Sometimes if a small child you eat unhygienic food and lots of biscuits, so there must be there are presence of worms inside our abdomen, in our belly, in our stomach. So some worms, for example, roundworms. Okay, some worms are present inside our body. The third mode of heterotrophic nutrition is beta what? Holozoic. What beta? Holozoic
Holozoic.
mode of nutrition. We have to study this mode of nutrition in detail. These are, we have to study only the definition of these two. But in Holozoic mode of nutrition, we have to study the whole process. We have to study the whole process. Okay, what is Holozoic nutrition? Digestion happens inside the body. Digestion happens inside the body. Happens inside the body. Inside the body. We will discuss this in detail. We will discuss this in next slide. Okay. Okay. We will discuss this in detail in next slide. Please copy this. Then we will move to Holozoic mode of nutrition. Do you guys understand Hindi?
Yeah.
Little bit. Yeah,
No.
अच्छे से. Okay. स्कूल में क्या चल रहा है? स्कूल में कौन सा चैप्टर चल रहा है आपका बायो में?
This chapter, ये chapter खत्म हो गया.
The nutrition, the first chapter has been completed.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very lengthy chapter. It takes a lot of times. Okay. Okay. Please copy this.
So
Then we will move.
PTO.
Sorry, beta.
What is this PTO?
PTO. Please turn over. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Done.
We used to write please PTO in our examination when we were in class 6 or 7 to let teacher know that we know more, but we don't have enough time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the topic. Holozoic mode of nutrition. What beta? Holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay.
So in amoeba also holozoic.
I know. We have to deal with nutrition in amoeba also. But after completing holozoic mode of nutrition, after completing the digestive system of human, then we will move towards nutrition in amoeba. Okay. Steps in holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition. Beta, we perform holozoic nutrition. For example, human perform what beta? Human
Digestion.
Humans basically perform which type of heterotrophic nutrition? We perform holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay, so how do we eat? First, we will take the food and we will put inside our mouth. Yes or no? The first step is take the food and put inside the mouth. The first step is called ingestion. What beta? Ingestion. Okay. The second step is digestion. The food which you have consumed, it will break into small pieces. Okay. Let me write down for you. Okay. The first step is ingestion. The first step is ingestion. Please write down with me. Ingestion. Okay. The process of taking in the food is called ingestion. The process of taking food inside the body. Inside the body. The process of taking food inside the body. Body में food का अंदर डालना is called ingestion. What will happen to the food after entering into our body? It will be digested. है ना? The second process is called digestion. The second process is called digestion. We have to focus on this step only. We have to focus on the second step in great detail. Okay. So what is digestion? Digestion is basically let me explain. Suppose this is a complex food. Okay, this is a complex food. What will happen in digestion? This complex food will break into smaller food particles. What beta? When you will chew your food, you are breaking your food into smaller particles. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So this complex food will break into smaller particles. This smaller particle is called simple absorbable food. What beta? Absorbable food. Absorbable food. What is the meaning of absorbable food? This food, complex food, is not absorbable. Complex food is not absorbable. What is the meaning of absorbable food? What is the meaning? What does this mean? Absorbable food.
Which we can absorb into our body.
Bloodstream. For example, suppose you have put the chapati in your mouth. Is this chapati can directly enter into your blood? Yes or no? This chapati food particle that you have put in your mouth cannot enter into your blood because this particle is too big to enter into blood. So this will break into simple, small food particle, which is called absorbable food. What is the meaning of absorbable food? That it will enter into, it can enter into blood. Enter into blood. Okay. So can you define the process of digestion? The process by which complex food is break down into simple food. We can write this now. The process by which complex food is break down into simple food. Yes or no? So let me write down the definition for you. The process of breaking of complex food into simple molecules. The process of breaking of complex food into simple absorbable molecule is called digestion. What is the first step of holozoic nutrition? First step is ingestion to put food inside the body. The second step is digestion to convert complex food into simpler absorbable food. Okay, please write down this. Then we will move to the third step, that is absorption.
Third.
Done. The third step is absorption. Okay, third step is absorption. What is absorption? The simple acha, what is food base? What is food basically? Food is basically also a molecule, na beta. This
Yeah.
complex food is basically organic molecule made up of carbon. Yes or no? So this is basically organic molecule. Okay. Everything is made up of atom, even living system, even food. Okay. So what is absorption? The simple absorbable food will enter into blood. This process is called absorption. Okay. And what will blood do? What will blood do? For example, the digestion of food is completed in small intestine. Okay. The digestion of food is completed in small intestine. In suppose. Let me explain this for you. Just give me a second. This is a mouth. This is a esophagus. Okay. This esophagus will enter into stomach. Okay. This stomach will enter into highly coiled structure called what, beta? Highly coiled structure called
Intestine.
small intestine. This is small intestine. This is small intestine. There must be blood vessel present inside around small intestine. Yes or no? Suppose this is blood vessel. What is this, beta? Blood vessel. Okay. What will happen is that in small intestine, there are small molecules. Yes or no? There are small molecules. What these are what, beta? Small food molecules. Okay. These food molecule, what is this small food molecule? Suppose glucose. Suppose glucose. So this food molecule will enter into what, beta? Bloodstream. This enter into bloodstream, and this blood will carry this food to different cell. Yani, now this blood have what, beta? This blood contains what, bacha? Tell me. Now this blood vessel have food inside them. Yes or no? Can
Yeah.
you see this? And you know that blood circulate all around our body. Yes or no? Blood is
Yes.
continuously circulating inside our body. So from this, from there, the blood will carry this food to all the cells. What will blood do? Blood will carry this small food molecule to all the cell and will give this food to what, beta? To different cell. This process is called absorption. Now you know the meaning of absorption. What is
Yeah.
absorption? The small food molecule will be absorbed or will enter into blood vessel, and this blood will uh, take this food and provide to and circulate this food to all the cells. है ना? This food will enter into all cells. Why food will enter into all cells? Why food will enter into all cells? Why food? Which food? Beta, absorbable food. Can any one of you give me the answer? Why absorbable food will enter into all cells?
Because it is easier to be
Beta, cell is a living thing or a non-living thing?
living.
Cell is a living thing. Living thing requires energy to live. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So if I want to live, then all my cell, most of my cells, yeah, all my cells must be living. If my cell will die, then I will die too. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So now can you answer me why food will enter into cell?
For energy.
For energy, so that cell can be alive. Okay. If cells are alive, then I will be alive. Okay. Okay. So what will happen now? What is absorption? Let me write down for you. Okay. Let me write down for you. The process of absorption of digested food is, just give me a second. The process of taking what beta? Taking nutrients. What are these small molecules? We can call these small molecule, we can call these small food molecule as nutrient. Okay, food contains what beta? Food contains nutrient, है ना? And food provide nutrition. The process of taking nutrients or simple absorbable food. Who will take nutrient? Who will take nutrient? Blood. So the process
Yeah.
of taking nutrient या simple absorbable food by the beta what? By the blood is called absorption. Okay. Now what is the fourth process? The name of fourth process is called what beta? Egestion. No, sorry, assimilation. Have you heard about this term assimilation?
Yeah.
What is assimilation? Okay, let me go back to this slide. Now what the first what is happened? You have taken the food inside your body. This process is called ingestion. Yeah, here it will perform first process, ingestion. Here it will perform what beta? Second process, that is digestion. Here what is happening? Here it is performing the third process, which is called absorption. Now the food have reached where beta? The food have reached inside the cells, है ना? These are nutrients inside the cell. Now what will happen to these nutrients? What will happen to these nutrients inside the cell?
They will react.
The cell will break this nutrient. Cell will break this nutrient to produce what beta? Energy. And cell will use this energy for what? For
Digestion.
For life process, to survive.
Yeah.
For life process. Okay, you are performing various life processes. For example, nutrition, excretion, for example, reproduction. All these processes are also performed by cell. बेटा आप जो प्रोसेस कर रहे हो ना, वो सारे प्रोसेस कौन कर रहा है? सेल भी कर रहा है. तभी क्या है, आप लोग सर्वाइव कर पा रहे हैं. ठीक है. तो what is assimilation? What is assimilation? Assimilation is basically to break the nutrient to produce what beta? To produce energy. Okay, yani assimilation is basically the process of utilization of digested food for what? For energy. Okay, the process of utilization. The process of utilization of what? Utilization of
Energy.
Digested food beta. Digested food. What is digested food? Basically these simple absorbable food. The process of utilization of digested food for what? For energy. And why energy is important? For energy. And why this energy is important? For growth, repair, है ना? And energy, for energy and for various life process. Okay, now you know the meaning of assimilation. Okay, what can be the last step of step? Egestion, है ना? Egestion. Okay, what is egestion? The undigested food will move out from the body via the process known as egestion. Okay, so what is egestion? The process of removing undigested food. Okay, the process of removing
Or the waste materials.
You can say waste material, but undigested food is more accurate. Okay, the process of removing undigested food outside the body. Okay, what we call undigested food in I'm not in biology. Okay, you have must have heard the term stool, है ना? Okay, we can call this human feces. We call this undigested food as feces. Okay, not face, it's a feces. Okay, or you can say stool. But we mostly use the term what beta? Feces
Feces.
for undigested food. Okay, these are the 5 basic processes involved in what beta? Involved in
Hmm.
holozoic nutrition. Please copy this, then we will move forward. Okay,
Done.
then as today, what was the name of that your what should I call him? Your batchmate. What is the name of that guy which is absent today?
Um,
Abdullah.
yeah.
As he is absent, so I will only 10 minutes are left. Uh, uh, 10 minutes are left. Okay. So I don't want to start a new topic. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for uh, what was the name of that guy? Abdullah. Okay. So I will start a new topic.